In this video, I will share one thing that helped me double my construction business several times, 3 times. I'll give you 3 examples. Every time I did this one thing, just one thing, it helped me with a very short period of time to literally double my business. My name is Dmitry Lipinski. I help startup companies in construction space to grow and scale their business. I help roofers and other trades to become really good in the game of business, because running a business and being a tradesman are 2 different things. And it started with me back in the day in 2009, 2010, when I started my first flooring business. And the lessons I have learned in that business and moving on in my roofing and other businesses, I'm gonna teach you today, because we all make those mistakes. I still make the same mistake today that's costing me a lot of money. And if you don't understand it, you will be chasing money on the table, but it will cost you financial freedom and real profits on the long term. Let me explain to you. One of the biggest mistakes that business owners do is doing too much. When I start working with a client, when I start working with my students, with the business owners, first thing that we do, we go over the services that they offer. And usually, startup companies wants to do as much work as possible. We have this mentality that more is better. The more services I provide, the more work I will get, the richer I'm gonna be. And it seems natural, seems logical, right? So if you offer a few more services, so let's say you're a flooring guy, but you know how to do drywall, you know how to do painting. You think just because you have those skills, you have job security. And if you don't have flooring jobs, you will be able to do something else. I had the same mentality. And my first business, actually the name of the business was Omni Floors and Interiors. And in my exterior business, it was Storm Group Roofing and Exterior. So I've done both interior and exteriors. And every single time I cancel services, I got richer and I became more successful. Yet, it's to this day the hardest thing as a business owner can do. And as a matter of fact, when you grow your business, when you become bigger, it's only getting harder, because the more you grow, the more money you make, the more opportunities you will see, you will have where you can invest and what else you can do, how else can you make money. We have this mentality that, I built this thing and it's really working. Now I'm gonna add this, this, and this. One of the best books about this topic is actually Ellen Laura Reese right here on my table, War in the Boardroom. Talks a lot about big examples and the big businesses. If you study what billionaires do, they're minimalist, because simple scales and fancy fails. Alex Hermosi. What I'm telling you is this, guys. When you do too much, you have limit on yourself. And contractors who don't understand and who don't look at their services that I offer, don't look at the numbers. They don't understand that most likely, and this is the case 9 out of 10 cases where I talk to contractors, 80% of your income will become, and your pure profit will come from number one trade that you're best at, and the rest of it from all the other gigs. I'll give you an example. In 2010, I started my flooring business. I knew that I could install floors fast. My rate was, if I would just install floors that day, I would do anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a day. But I also was very handy. I could build the furniture, I could build a kitchen, I could build a kitchen table, bed, anything custom woodworking. So my clients would ask me on a regular basis, hey, can you help me with this? I would do their floors, making $500 to $1,000 a day. And they would ask me to reface their kitchen. And I would agree to the job. I would do $1,000 or $2,000 for kitchen refacing, painting kitchen cabinets. That would take me 3-4 days. I don't know what I was thinking, but if you break down the numbers just did not make sense. And I've done some fancy custom work. I remember I spent entire week on this beautiful set for my friend. He was in music, so he has this mixture for music production for his studio. So we did a drawing and I charged him $1,000. Spent an entire week on it. Today I'm asking myself, why did I do it? I'll tell you why. Ego is one thing because we take pride. We do something and we're proud of it. In reality, I should have charged $5,000-$6,000 for that work, but I wouldn't be able to sell it because market is not there. And this is what's happening. When you do this side gigs, other trades, you're usually not as competitive as people who do it all the time. And it becomes distraction from what do you do best at. So like, instead of taking a day off, you picking up gig thinking you're making money. And in reality is, because you cannot walk away from that offer, you cannot walk away what people are asking you to do and they're willing to pay for you. You actually sacrificing real success of your business, whatever it is. I'll give you an example. In my flooring business, I knew I could scale it, but I kept doing cabinets, I kept doing bathroom remodels because I was good at it. I would charge someone $2,000 and I would completely remodel, their bathroom, but the money per day was not there. And when I canceled all of those services, when I started saying no to, because financially speaking, I was making money, but I was not making as much money as if I would do one trade. So when I canceled those services, when I stopped doing interior remodeling, when I stopped doing cabinet works, when I stopped doing furniture that I was really good at, but I was not good on the business side, I was good at trade side. When I canceled all of that, within 6 months, I tripled my flooring business. Pretty much what I did is I removed interiors from my name. And when people called me, with the referrals, like, hey, you did the kitchen for my friend, can you do it for me? I'm like, sorry, I'm not doing it anymore. You have to learn the hardest thing in business is to say no to people who are trying to hire you for the service you don't offer. And I see it to this day all the time in exterior and interior businesses. If you follow this channel and you see the interviews, one of the best one of late was Dulaney. He has built $130 million roofing business. The guy would not even do gutters. He's like, we're a roofing company, this is what we're the best at. The best of the best companies, the billionaires in the world, they do less, but they do a lot of it. If you study real business like fast foods, like Papa John's and McDonald's, their menus are not big. They're constantly shredding down their menus because when you do less, you can actually scale, you can get better deals, and you can grow your profits like crazy. Because I was thinking about it too. I take pride in my work and I have 5 kids, and often I'm thinking what my kids will think about me taking pride of my work, because that's what men do. It comes from this, from pride. It comes from we think that we work hard, and when you build something, you feel good about yourself. But let's say you can build a table for $1,000, or you can install floors for $1,000. This will take you 1 week. This will take you 2 days. I would argue that if you actually explaining to your kids what's happening, because kids have no filters, they say it how it is. If you explain to your kids what exactly you do, they can say, Dad, are you stupid? But yet oftentimes we take pride, we go to work, and just because you're busy and you're putting hours in does not mean that you're productive or you're making smart decisions. When you do what you're absolutely best at, you can grow your skills, you can grow as a person, and of course you will build your business. When I canceled the services that I love doing, trust me, I would rather build custom furniture than doing something manual fast. But my value and marketplace sets your value. People would reward me like crazy for my speed on the floors, that I can within a couple months run 6 crews every single day doing floors. I couldn't scale custom work, and many people don't. That's why I see today so many construction companies fails or show no profits, because exterior companies, roofing companies trying to get in the windows they don't understand, lose their asses all the time on them, trying to get into gutters, into trades like siding, they don't understand. Just because there's offer does not mean that you have to take it. Because when you stay on something that you are really good at, you can have more time in your day to find more of those jobs versus doing everything else and actually sacrificing your leads and sacrificing your future jobs. Because if you, it's opportunity cost at the end of the day. The more of other stuff you do, the less time you have to find what you actually want to do. Another story, when the same thing identical happened in my roofing business. I moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Minneapolis in 2013, and I started a roofing business. I knew I want to be in roofing. I picked it as a trade, and I already knew, like, I learned my lessons, but it still was hard. First year, I finished 4 basements, and I tapped into this Chinese engineer community. I finished basement for this engineer. He was literally, guy was creating transplants for heart transplants. Very smart people. They loved me. They loved my work. I finished his basement. He referred me to another Chinese guy, and I become, you know, their secret, this secret Russian guy who finishes their basement. It was a newer neighborhood, and everybody knew about me. So I finished, I want to say 4 or 5 basements. Average ticket was $50,000-$60,000. I did not make a lot of money, but I made money. You know, per month, I would say $5,000-$6,000 would go to me. You know, what's the basement finishing? Some drywall, some painting, some flooring. Like, I knew it all. Like, you pull a permit, easy job. But I wanted to grow my roofing business, and I did $900,000 in sales in the first year. But it was basements, it was, you know, other stuff, and I decided to cancel it because when I did my math and I calculated how much profit can I make per roofing job versus how much time it requires me to be on that basement job, it was pure opportunity cost. You know, if I spend time that I spent on managing basement job, looking for roofing jobs, I would get probably 5-6 roofing jobs per month. And the profit from roofing jobs, as you guys know, it's one of the most profitable trades. So I'm like, why am I doing it? Why am I picking up colors for these walls? Like, I'm a roofing business owner. So I started saying no. And it was the hardest thing too, because I already have estimates out. My name was kind of solid in the neighborhood. Everybody wanted to do business with it. At the end, people were begging for me to finish their basements. And I have to be firm, like, no, I cannot grow this company if I'm gonna keep doing it. And when I said I'm not gonna do it no more, literally, I went from $900,000 to $2.5 million in a short period of time. I also flipped a lot of homes because we're in Minnesota. In the wintertime, there's no winter work. And I remember in 2015, I flipped 11 homes. I completely remodeled for company Innovation Homes. I would take job, you know, painting, drywall, the whole 9 yards to keep me occupied in the wintertime. And after 2 years in business, I said, I will not touch anything interior. I don't care how much it pays. I'm exterior contractor. And I was able, like within another year, despite the fact that I canceled interior services, I went from a little bit over $2 million to $4 million with no interior work. Yet, people argue with me all the time. When I come to a roofing business and I see that they're doing fences, they're doing 500 other things, I keep asking them, why do you do it? Because you need to understand, when you focus on one thing, you can do a lot of that one thing. When you focus on too many things, it might sound good, like, trust me, $2 million business to me back in 2015 sounded like a lot of business. I've never done $2 million worth of work in 1 year, right? And it was almost suicidal decision, like to kill so much work. Like you just finished 4 basements and 11 homes. It was average remodeling was $40,000-$50,000 times 11. That's $500,000 worth of work. But numbers were not there to support it, so I killed it. And I picked $2 million worth of roofing work instead. This is what happens when you free your opportunity. And it's only getting harder because what's happening is as you grow in any business. You're gonna have money, you're gonna have capital, and you're gonna have people. And you also will have distractions. And the same thing happening today, even a director in Roofing Insights. Every single day, people call me with opportunities. There's no shortage of ideas, and you will see too. Like if you're a successful roofing company, people will come to you. You will see subs who's doing fences. You will see people who are very successful at gutters and windows, and you will be tempted to start doing it. And it's okay to be tempted. It's just like looking at beautiful women. You know, it catches your eye. If you're a healthy man, you will spot the temptation, right? You just cannot touch it. You cannot engage with it. The same thing with other trades and other businesses. You will have opportunities. It will look attractive. Someone will be making money in those things. Stay in your lane. Their business, it's not your business. Apple Roofing, I remember when we did their company tour, they were canceling siding services. Huge company, $40 million company. They like, okay, we're not gonna do siding anymore because numbers are not there. And yet, so many startups would not cancel the service. It drives me crazy when I see roofers doing drywall and flipping homes for someone else. I mean, I understand that if you flip in your property to make money, different gig. But roofers literally would leave roofing jobs and gonna go install baseboards and painting and drywall just because they can do it. Just because you can do it does not mean that you have to. And lastly, the third example, I want to address why did I sell my roofing business. I've run my roofing business for 7 years. 7 years. And so many people have commented on my videos that it was a stupid decision. Why would you sell business that makes money? This is exactly why. Because I want to do one thing. I don't want to do 5 things. I knew from experience, if I want to grow Roofing Insights, if I want to grow a roofing school, if I want to put the best events in the industry, I have to give it my best. Could I run my business? I tried it. And for 2 years, my roofing business was running by itself. But sooner or later, I would be neglecting either my school or you guys, either this channel, and it's happening all the time. I've seen way too many influencers, way too many YouTubers who've tried this game and went back to their business. Why? Because you cannot sit in those 2 chairs. If I would not sell my roofing business would struggle because I would not give it attention it deserves. You cannot do it all, guys. You have to go all in on that one opportunity that you believe in the long term. Because I remember in 2019, I actually tried it. You know, I started Roofing Insights, we started traveling, we started doing consulting deals, and you just cannot master your craft. You cannot be number 1 in a category if that's not the only category that you have. You know, I'm not gonna be a part-timer in my full-time business. That's why if you look at, if you watch shows like Shark Tank, Profit, you know, before those billionaires invest in the business, and we often look like, okay, he is a billionaire, he has so many businesses. Yes, they do, but they have people on the place, you know, on spot running those businesses who are focused on that business. They're not gonna invest and give someone's money who is spreading too thin and all over the place. And number 1 rejection will be like, if you're doing too much. So billionaires want to invest in business that's focused on their business. A Roofing Insights already as big as my roofing company used to be. And I already employ more people than my roofing companies was employing. I'm doing it full time. I'm one of the most successful influencers in the space that you can find. We do amazing video quality. We have 3 videographers, 3 graphic designers. We have an amazing team, but all of that was possible because I had to say no to my roofing business. And I promise you, it was the hardest thing that I've ever done to sell your business, to sell your baby. I mean, we're still good friends with the team. Went there yesterday, have like 40 minutes talk with the new owner. It's not easy to cancel the service. It's not easy to stay focused. It's the hardest thing. And that's why very few become billionaires. Very few build $100 million companies. Only those who focused. Wherever it is, guys, you do. If you're in construction business, pick one trade that you're extremely good at, the most profitable one. Offer less services. Learn how to say no. And every time you do that, every time you will leave money on the table, you will make more money later. I see so many companies struggling with $1 or $2 million because they have this mentality, and it comes from our insecurity. And mentality is more is better, less is more. I want to get it to your brain. Less is more. Change your mentality. It's okay to say no. It's okay to leave money on the table. Every time you say no to that basement finishing, if you're an exterior company, is the time that you will spend finding more roofing jobs and will be doing what you're actually doing. We owe it to our kids. I remember growing up thinking about my dad being, hardworking guy and, doing all the stuff he did for us. But now looking back, I see mistakes my dad made. I see stuff that I would do different. And I don't want my kids to look at me 20 years from now asking like, hey dad, why you were doing this stuff instead of that stuff? You were good at that. Because you're in business essentially to provide for your family. You're in business to provide for your parents. You're a breadwinner, and you have to change your mentality, your beliefs about money. So many contractors are struggling. They look at the profits as evil. Money is not evil. I don't believe in getting rich fast. I don't believe that money is everything, but I also don't believe in broke. So if you want to be egoistical about your service, if you want to take pride and you want to be good at everything, be good at everything. But if you want to, my advice today is do less, say no to services that you have no business to be in. Do as less as possible, and I promise you, just like I did and everybody I follow do, you will be way more successful. Every time I did it, I doubled my business. I'm going to put all my information below, how to reach me, how to contact me, how to work with me. Hope to see you guys in the next video. If you like this one, give it a like. This is kind of new format with me when I'm just ranting in front of the camera. I want to see what you guys think, and I'll see you later.